country. Many people, they want to know about the cinema. They want to know about the latest situation, what's gonna happen now, what's gonna happen in the future. You know, we are facing a bad situation since 4 months, COVID-19. And I hope that everybody is well. And the report is very good. I'm saying in UAE until now, it's very good. It's improving. And welcome Mr. Kabir. He is owner of Oscar Cinema. He's in United Arab Emirates since 1977. He's dealing with this exhibitor as a film also maker, and we have also from Saudi Arabia our friend Faisal Abdul Aziz, and he is now Cinewave's film distributors and founder and COO, and also Deborah Stanford, CEO Novo Cinemas. Novo Cinema is everywhere. Not in UAE, also in everywhere. She will give us more information about the situation in the GCC, not only in the United Arab Emirates. And also we have my friends and our producers, Mr. Ali Al-Marzougi. He's one of the main producers in the United Arab Emirates. It's good teams, and I'm just waiting for Hisham Al-Ghanem. He's vice chairman, Kuwait National Cinema Company, and chairman International Film Distribution. And he got also big experience about the distribution, about the cinema, and about the situation, what's happening in Al-Kuwait, and what's the plan for the cinema in the future. I will start with the ladies first, always. I will go with Deborah Stanford. Just tell us what's the situation, because everybody asking me what's the future of the cinema after we face COVID-19, and also just tell us what's the situation now when you run the cinema 2 months ago. And what's the reaction of the people? Are the people happy with the old movies, or they are waiting for the new movies? Yes.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for the invitation to be part of such an esteemed panel of gentlemen. So what's happening? Obviously, we've reopened in Dubai, we've reopened in Sharjah, and we've reopened in Ras Al Khaimah. And so far, despite the fact that we are pretty much running on old content, we did have a new release during the Eid holidays, which was My Spy. This week, we've had another new release called Scooby-Doo. So it's been a little bit challenging. The first few weeks, obviously trying to restore consumer confidence, let our guests know that it was very safe to come to the cinema. We have taken all the extra precautions, obviously all the guidelines and protocols that have been put in place by the government to keep everyone, safe. So we've been focusing on, health and wellness, #1 priority for our guests, and also for our employees. Increased cleaning between shows, obviously masks and gloves to be worn. We've got the social distancing. We started when we first opened with 30%, and now last week in Dubai we were allowed to 50%.
ثواني ما اعرف حق البرنامج قاعد يقاطع.
Sorry, Deborah. Just I want to introduce Mr. Hisham Al-Ghanem. Hisham Al-Ghanem, hi. Are you listening to me, Mr. Hisham?
Hi, how you doing? Hi, everyone. Sorry for the delay. It's with some technical issues. Sorry for that.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay, Deborah, continue.
Thank you so much.
بس ضحكني داش متاخر، الظاهر انه مو عارف شلون يشغل الصوت ولا هذا.
لا عارف لا عارف، بس عندي مشكله تقنيه في الجهازين.
لا من وين ظاهر الصوت الان؟ من عندك الظاهر، نحن ما سالناك، من عندك ظاهر اخوي هشام.
لا نعم. اسمع الصوت عندك طال عمرك. الحين ما عندي الا جهاز واحد بس.
نعم اوكي توكل اوكي اوكي. Go ahead, Deborah. Sorry to stop you.
Sorry. I just wanted to say that, you know, the thing that's really encouraging for us right now is that, you know, people still want to come back to the cinema, and they've missed coming to watch their movies on the big screen. You know, we've all been sat at home, you know, watching the TV, watching Netflix, etc., etc. But there is nothing to replace watching a movie on the big screen, and we are certainly seeing that from our customers. You know, they're very excited to be back. Numbers are slowly improving, and I think once we start to have some very big content, we start to see the numbers rising. I mean, of course, you know, Mr. Kabir is here. One area that we are, you know, excited about is when we are going to get some Bollywood content. We have a big Asian community. We have a big following for Bollywood. So we're anxious to know when we might get some Bollywood content. We're very fortunate that we have got some local Arabic content, which is great. And so I think the signs are very encouraging, put it that way. They're very encouraging.
But the real test is gonna be with the American movie. It's gonna release in the next 1 week. It will show. Is it the people they are still afraid to watch the movie or not? What do you think that?
Absolutely, and that's the movie is Tenet.
The people they are.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing now is that advanced ticket sales are happening. That's again a very encouraging sign.
Okay.
To be honest, this is, you know, globally, everybody's been waiting for the big titles. But the fact that people are willing to come back and watch old movies that they've seen, you know, 2-3 times before, it just demonstrates the power of the big screen and coming back to the cinema. It's an experience. That's what you come for. And I think we're very excited to see the new releases coming.
Yeah. Okay, I will come back to you. Mr. Faisal Abdulaziz from Saudi Arabia, and he's also distributors and founder for the Cinewaves films. Mr. Faisal, we want to hear from you. What's the situation in Saudi Arabia?
First of all, I'm so glad to be as a part of this panel discussion with everyone here. Happy to see most of you again, and hopefully we meet face to face in some near future occasions, inshallah. It's not that big difference, but I think the numbers, as maybe we have discussed recently, getting much better when it comes to the attendance, the audience, especially in Saudi Arabia. During the closing of the cinema, we were thinking about, I think most of us here saw that if it came back, it will come back, it will come slowly. So we were preparing some content, we were preparing some ideas to get in this market. When it comes to Saudi, we have like local content, Saudi content, that we are trying to get it into the cinemas, and we have unreleased some of unreleased films that we were trying to give it a chance to be premiered in
You mean unreleased movies, old movie unreleased, or Saudi, okay.
Yes,
Saudi,
we were focusing on the local content because we don't have power on the international, and we know what's going on with it. And since we have no clarity on it, so let's prioritize working the local content for so many reasons. Most of us knows it, like first of all, maybe empowering the local content and Saudi titles and local titles. So we worked in several programs like Saudi Film Shorts. So one of the programs that we worked on in collaboration with Movie Cinema, the Saudi exhibitor, is to we took three nice short films back to back in one session, 1 hour session, and we started distributing it in the cinemas with one ticket price. We thought this will not be a big success from the beginning. It's still the audience who goes to watch blockbusters going to be most of them the same who's going to buy a ticket for short films, but at least we want to have it. We want to start this. We want to educate the audience first. This is not enough. There was a film that we took the distribution for, which is Shams al-Ma'arif. Almost, alhamdulillah, it was one of the biggest hits in the local Saudi cinemas. It went #1 and #2 for the last 3 weeks, almost, or 2.5 weeks. It
was released on Eid, yeah.
In Eid, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we were planning for that 3 weeks before Eid. I saw the film. I said, okay, this film, because it has a big sense of humor, comedy, it fit to the Eid. So I said, okay, this is going to be a good chance that we utilize a Saudi film. We did not plan to produce the film to be screened for Eid, but this is what happened. So we planned that the film should be released in Eid. Everyone want to go out for for celebration or just hang out. So there is a new content, and alhamdulillah, this strategy succeeded. Even some of cinema franchise, they took it for limited shows because they thought it's a local film. It will not be a big hit, but within 2 or 3 days, they changed their mind and gave it 3 or 4 times the amount of the screens.
3-4 shows. Okay. Mr. Faisal, you are the distributors of the movie, yeah? Or,
yes. Yes. I'm
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is it? I mean, sometimes also we are in United Arab Emirates. We are producer and Mr. Ali. Sometimes we are avoiding Bollywood and Hollywood movies to screen with the Emiratis movies. I think you got a big chance because of COVID-19. Many Bollywood and Hollywood movies is not releasing, and it was the right decision you take to release Saudi movies. I think, like Mr. Dobra and Mr. Kabir, he knows that how we get difficulty when the Bollywood and the Hollywood movies is releasing every week, like 15 to 18 movies released.
I totally agree, and it's hard to compete with those films because we also love those films. However, it was a good chance for us to, with a good example, with a good film at the end, because to restore the faith of the Saudi audience. Because most of them, they say, okay, Saudi, I'm not gonna go to the cinema and buy a ticket with 50 or 60 or 70 riyal, or maybe 150 for the, some cinemas to watch a Saudi movie. Let's be honest, this is the part of the discussion. And there was some objection, don't release this film in Eid during COVID, because you have 50% capacity only, plus there is no enough people going to the cinema, so the film will not make money. No, we took a different strategy. We said, no, we want to restore the faith of the local film, of Saudi film, and show it to the local audience. And this started to, we see it every day in their comments, and there are like a lot of surveys going to the people who watch the film. So they give us a very nice feedback that they never thought that a Saudi film will be like this in this short time, because unfortunately most of them, by the way, did not see any Saudi film, did not at all, and they still have this impression. So there was more than one objective of releasing the film, is thinking forward, not because if we release it in next month, there is no way that it will compete Christopher Nolan Tenet or Mulan at that time when they
Yeah.
were thinking that to release it, I
Yeah.
think mid of this month. But at least, alhamdulillah, everyone is happy, even the producers of the film and the directors.
Distributors also.
The distributors, of course, yes.
Okay, before I move to Mr. Kabir, he's a big experience. Mr. Faisal, I want to finish this question. Tell me, is it the share of income, is it the same as before Corona, or anything's changed because of the capacity of the people in the cinema? And this is
It's the same.
No,
the same.
it is the same. Of course, it is the same.
Okay.
After Corona, because Ms. Debbie knows about that, because they are already started the cinemas. We
Yeah.
are still waiting
Yes.
because we are mostly in Abu Dhabi Emirate.
Yeah.
So they are in Dubai and Sharjah. I am in Sharjah, but still we are paying the same share what we had paid before also.
You know why I asked Mr. Faisal, because maybe I thought that maybe in Saudi, because of there is no movies and because of Saudi movies, maybe some changes happens. I don't know. Just
The change is only a flexibility from the exhibitors to screen some local titles, even shorts. It never happened that exhibitor welcomed short films in different cities, not just one screen for like premiere or a special event. No, for three cities, movie were collaborating to screen the film. For like each city, we have in each location 4 screening per day in each location, each screening.
Yeah. Mr. Kabir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still, we are releasing all old movies and previous movies like before COVID. Waiting for new movies when they will start to release. Maybe they will ask more percentage or whatever it is. That time we will discuss about the percentage with the distributors. But now, presently, we are paying the same on what we paid earlier, before COVID. Because not too much admissions. She knows that very less people are coming. But it is increasing. The people coming to the cinema, they want to watch from in cinema because the wide screen, sound system and everything. So people are increasing to come and watch in cinemas. So again, it will come more and more with the new movies. So we are waiting for the new releases from end of this month. Some big movies coming from one of the, as I said. And next month also there is movies. And Bollywood, they are starting from October. Middle of October. Yeah, they will start middle of October. So there are so many movies pending in Bollywood and regional languages, hundreds of movies. So they want to release, but waiting for India to open the cinemas. Once they start to open the cinemas in India, immediately they start, but waiting, they are telling by middle of October, second week of October.
Yeah, but they are always telling and they postpone the date, What's the situation there about for the Corona?
Situation, COVID is very dangerous. Some states are very much more and more this COVID patients, but some states are still going less. But they can't close the cinemas 1 year or 6 months because of this. There's too many people, unemployment because of the cinema. Because everybody is waiting for how much money, they spend already. Some movies more than 6 months ready to release. Spend monies, people, they purchase that movies, all are stuck, everywhere it is stuck. So at least they want to release some movies, some big titles from, there is a festival, in India, Diwali, they want to release from that date. So waiting for that. But before that, there are Hollywood movies are there. Mulan is coming and this Tenet is coming. So many movies are coming from next month, end of this month. So we are waiting more, visitors, more people to come and watch movies in cinemas.
Yes.
So watching in, sitting at home and watching, always in front of TV, people are fed up for always, not moving outside the house. So people they are asking and coming to me Nalwada Cinema and all, they're asking when you will open, when you will open. We are waiting, we are waiting.
Yeah.
So, Ibn Battuta, you know, they have, I think, very good people are there to coming and watching. It's a very big chain.
But let's talk, Mr. Kabir and Deborah also, they have Novo Cinema is one of the best we have also in the GCC.
Yeah.
But I want to ask both of you question. What's the plan and the preparation for the cinema people to get the people come back? You know, it's not easy. You know, people, they need little bit faith. They need little bit changing of the play. You know, it's not like before. They're gonna come and jump like before.
No.
What's your future plan in this? What's your future plan? Are you planning for something different things to let the people come back? You know, today I know most or some of the people they lost the faith. You know, because of Corona. You know, they lost the faith and they're gonna wait for long. But what's the plan for the cinema people to let them come back strongly? It's not a new movie only. Okay, new movie.
No, there are so many things. You know, this to prevent this and give more comfort to the people. You know, safety. We have to go as per the government rules. You know what they said. Every 2 seats there is 2 seats empty, and every row there is 1 row empty. And every show's finished, there is sterilizing and mask. You know, so many precautions we have already done and kept it ready for open, as she said. Extra precautions, like not like before.
I'm talking about, you know, you should think like marketing, like
bring
you
more
know,
people
making
to bring more people. Attraction. There is promotions.
You know, from the mall,
social...
from the cinema people, attraction.
Yes.
You know, again to let the people come back. You know,
come back. We have to give more promotions, more discounts to attract people. You know, families. We have to give more facilities, and some food. You know, F&B. We have to give some discounts. So many things we have to do. We have to lose something, then only we will get something.
Yeah, yes. I completely agree. I mean, we've done a number of special promotions for families because obviously, you know, people are very conscious about what they're spending right now. So we're trying to make it as affordable as we can for families. We've also introduced private screening. So if a group of friends or family want to take a private screen themselves, we've come up with a special package. We've done an outdoor campaign on Sheikh Zayed Road, telling people we're open again, welcome back, we've missed you. But yes, I think it's like Mr. Kabir said, it's coming up with some new promotion, something appealing for the family, and you know, not hurting the pocket too much, making sure that we're affordable and we give value for money. So we're coming up with lots of different special promotions.
This is I mean, you know, we should work more hard.
Special promotions to bring them inside, because we have to give more promotions, not like before, buy one get one. We have to give more things like F&B free, some more discounts in all seats, premiere shows, as she said. So many things we have to do, then only we will get people know
in the beginning, you know.
The beginning.
It's like even if you can bring the star of the people, you know, star of the movie, premiere, and this is, you know, big stars, you know, at least for 2-3 months, you know, for the big movies, you know, they should come here. They promote the movie with the exhibitors, with the distributors, with the producers. This is
we are doing these things. We are doing this.
Mr. هشام الغانم حياك الله اخوي هشام.
يا هلا وسهلا, حياكم الله وسامحونا على التاخير.
لا بالعربي ولا بالانجليزي؟
whatever you like, please go ahead. Let's continue in English.
انت افضل مننا.
لا العفو.
We want to hear from you also the impact of the coronavirus situation on the sector of the cinemas.
Definitely. First of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sorry for the delay. Debbie, long time no see. Faisal, last time in Guna. Mr. Marzouki, we met twice before. Mr. Kabir, very nice to see you again. طبعا surely everyone been affected in this COVID-19 issue, but maybe our sector as cinema industry is the most been hit by this virus. The thing is that, let me go ahead, I'll speak in about two hats, as a distributor and as exhibitor. As exhibitor, we've been shut down since 18th of March. And since then, it was closed, but we took all the preparation to reopen once the government and the health authorities allowed us to do so. We are working very hard with them to secure the premises and the locations and the cinemas, the theaters, everything within the high standard issues. As you mentioned earlier, that the people still have to get the trust that we need for to revisit us again. The thing is that, as Mr. Kabi mentioned, we are taking all the preparation to reopen when I'm leaving 2 seats empty, row and a half, we'll leave, something like that. But in the end of the day, what we are selling is a movie, and the movie industry itself has been hit. As mentioned earlier, Mr. Kabir, that you heard from him that Bollywood will start in October, maybe even end of October. Arabic movies, there are some Arabic movies, but not that level that will attract people to come again. Hollywood, everyone knows what's going on. Everyone, it's been affected. The thing is that what we are facing, the big problem is, as distributors, is that we change and we left all the criteria and the old methods of the distribution. Before, it was waiting for the theaters' rights to be done. After that, going to the digital TV and platforms. After that, going to the open air TVs. The thing is now, no, straightforward to platforms to cut loss as much as we can as distributors. This is what mainly they are doing right now. That's what we did, for example, with our partners in front row in Dubai. As you know, everyone knows that they are our partners. Since March and April, very early, we start to sell our rights to these platforms here and there. We forced to cut loss. The thing is that where we're going from now, everyone is ready to reopen. Here in Kuwait, still is not open, still is closed, as Abu Dhabi, like maybe Bahrain and other countries. The thing is that what we feel from our studies remotely now, just maybe a month ago, that really the Kuwaitis and those who live in Kuwait are very, very thirsty to go back to the cinema, which is give us a very good indication. Thanks God. Debbie, I don't think that we will spend money as much as you spent in publicity and marketing. Hopefully less than that much. Okay. The social media is very, very strong here, as you know, and we can invest this. We don't need to lose more than what we did already. It's it's a hit. And I think lifetime hit, tell you the truth, since I read about cinema and or maybe I get to this industry, this is the first and ever time that it's been hit like this. Even in the recession, usually the cinema is the best when it comes to the economy, but this time is the first in the history that the cinema is shut down. There's a big challenge. As Faisal mentioned earlier about his movie that he's distributing, it's very courage from him that if I am in his shoes, I will delay this for a while. But it's a very smart move that he did, that he gives some trust and some push to the cinema in Saudi Arabia. Very well done. In Kuwait, it's no secret that there's 3 Kuwaiti movies that we're waiting to release, but still we are waiting. We can't release them outboard or overboard, and we come back to Kuwait and release them again. It's not going to be good for the publicity, as you know. So this is the summary for what's going on now here.
Yeah, there is any news in Kuwait when they're going to open cinemas hall?
Yeah, actually, should be in 20th of August, but they delayed it for another 2 to 3 weeks. So hopefully in the mid of September.
Yeah, it's not confirmed. It's
Not
just
confirmed yet. Not confirmed yet.
not
No,
confirmed
no, not yet. Not yet.
confirmed yet.
No.
Okay, okay. Mr. Ali Al-Marzouqi, he's a producer in United Arab Emirates, and he has also big experience about the movies, about the cinemas. We want to hear from you, Mr. Ali.
Thank you, Amar. It's my pleasure to be with you today. As you know, يعني in UAE, approximately we are reopened, let's say 60%. Still Abu Dhabi not open, Al Ain not open. So still, even the capacity in Dubai and Northern Emirates is still not at that level, you know. Here in UAE, I think people is more confident about the measures taken by the government. I think once it's reopened, the cinemas, people will go directly without thinking. Yani. There's no fear about joining the cinema again. It's from my side, even on people side.
You mean that no need to do a promotion or anything?
No need. See, it is like become like lifestyle in the UAE. The people going to cinema twice, third, and 3 times maybe per a week. They see a lot of movies, either in the occasions or even in the weekend. So people are used to go to the cinemas. There's no fear in UAE. There's a lot of confidence, as I said, to the measures. And also we love the cinemas in the UAE, and we would like to come back to the cinemas. On the other side, when you talk about the production in the UAE, I think most of our producer, they restart producing movies since July. Most of my colleagues, Emirati producers, they start reproducing or recompleting, let's say, the movies which is stopped since March. They are now restarting. We have, I can say 3 or 4 movies is waiting to screening, but again, we still need more capacity to be open. Another thing that I think, again, as Amr said, without new movies, we cannot reach to the level. Then there's another effort should be done from the NOFO, from the Oscar, from other distributors to bring. I have an idea. I don't think it's work or not. Try to bring also movies from other countries, not especially from South Korea. There's a lot of big movies. There's even if it is old movies, but people here in UAE they never see before. So if you try to bring some movies from Europe, from maybe from South Korea, from different area of the world, I think people wish to see something new.
On big screen.
This stage between until end of the year, if you bring something new for the people, maybe people will encourage to come and see.
It's a good idea. Really, it's a good idea. The problem is, you know, sometimes even Ali, he put me in pressure. You know, I have one movie, Ghost. It's finished from 6 months. I supposed to release it, you know, on March 18th. And now people are saying to me, you know, like Faisal, he fight for his movie. Now they are saying me, oh, it's a good time. Go release your movie. There is no Hollywood, no Bollywood, no Salman Khan, no Tom Hanks, no. It's really we get confused, you know. We get confused because also it's very difficult for us. Also very difficult also to release only in one part of the city. We need at least to be open the whole United Arab Emirates, all cinemas, UAE at least, you know, to get balance on this. You know, this is the problem also we are facing. I don't know
You can start gradually. Like if you open in a small part, the focus will be with the new film, which is your film, and you expand gradually. Like after a few weeks, new areas are open, so your film is first in the row with the other areas. So I think about it. Sometimes, يعني, if you go to the normal days, we have like 3 new blockbuster films at a time just released. If you get your film between them, it will not get, maybe, I don't know. It depends on the publicity of, and also word of mouth of each one who watched the film. There are so many factors, but at the same time, if you try to be one of the first during this time, maybe you can gain something, which is better than when all the cinemas in all areas are open.
No, but you know, I don't know if you agree, Mr. Kabir and Mr.
No, mostly Mr. Amma movies are doing better numbers in Abu Dhabi Emirates. Previous movies, I have experience.
No. We
Abu
we
Dhabi
know.
and the Lebanese movies are doing better than other Emirates, I think.
We're
We know-
waiting to watch his movie in Kuwait as well.
Inshallah.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, I think, yes, share of Abu Dhabi for Emirati movies, yes, is
More,
more
Yeah,
than
more. Yes. This is the, right. But you know, Deborah, you think that it's not about my movie, any other movie. You think that it's a right time in this situation? It's a right time to release the new movie. I'm talking about Hollywood, Bollywood, or even Emirati or Saudi or Kuwaiti movies. You think now is the right time to release the movie because there is not too much movie?
To be honest, yes. I think people are so hungry for something new. I think Faisal did a great job at releasing during Eid. It was perfect. The timing was perfect. So
I fully agree.
It's choosing a window in the calendar, looking at what else is potentially releasing, because as you know, we are very much open to what's happening in North America, what's happening in India, what's happening in UK. And a lot of the titles it's been like a domino effect. We've got dates, and then the dates change, and then they change again, and they change again. So to be honest, I think people are so hungry to see something new. This is probably a very good time, because you're not really competing with anything else. People want to see something new and something fresh. And I think the example is Faisal's success.
And by the way, there is a new thing that we just discovered in the last 2 weeks. I never saw it, and I never did it in my life. I'm not sure, is it because people are hungry to go and watch a good film, or because of the content of Shams Al Ma'arif, which happened already just with Shams Al Ma'arif so far, that I know people who watched the film in 1 week, the same film, for 2 or 3 times. And this already been recorded by Faris Qudus and the others, and they have seen that. Even I did a survey in our social media, who did watch the film, who didn't, and who did watched it twice or more. So there was just for an account with 300 followers only. It's a basic account for the company. There was 2% out of 2,500 voters who saw the films more than once, at just 2 or 3 times for this limited followers, almost because it's been retweeted through the cast and also the main actors. So I never went through this, even personally, like, when I have watched a Hollywood film, within 1 week or 2 weeks, I don't go watch it again. I never did it, maybe someone else, but maybe I go watch it after 1 year or 2 years. For example, Avatar, I have seen it almost 4 or 5 times at the cinemas. I'm still happy to go and watch it again. Inception, the same time. Now it's been released, and we are so gladly happy to watch it in like Dolby experience and different experience. So this is something that we just discovered, not being planned. We never thought about it, but this is what's happening. Like even the cast, when they go to the cinema, the main actors, when they go on daily basis to watch the people. They are so happy for this experience, for them, and they sometimes film people that they saw them coming for 3 or 4 times.
It's good news. It's very good. Just want to check how many screen you get when you release the movie. How many screen you get?
Actually, from
In
when
the beginning, first week.
I don't. In the first week, I don't remember the number actually. However, so far, when it comes to admission, we have almost more than 20,000 admissions and this is not. I'm sure that this number is much higher now, and this is almost 2 weeks ago. So over 20,000 admission with 50% capacity during this hard times. I think it's great. It's fine number. I'm not satisfied 100% with it, but still it's a good number comparing to the other numbers.
Good numbers.
No, that's good numbers.
This by when it's being released, the Shams al-Ma'arif is number 1 and number 2. It's going back and forth. So it's I think give us a good indication.
Any other released movie it was with Shams al-Ma'arif? Any other Hollywood or Arabic movie?
This by and Al-Ghassala, the Egyptian. Al-Ghassala in the day of Eid, but
the day of Eid.
It did not make that. It was so far from Shams al-Ma'arif. So it's great even like for us in the region to see the power of the local content, because it was close, the story itself. And I'm not saying that this might happen with every or any Saudi film. No, this film is a special and it came at a special time. So maybe this is the occasion of that.
But still, Saudi screens is still, we can say, less than screens in UAE, right?
Yes.
Still, you are building
limited.
Yeah, limited.
Very
And,
limited,
and 25,000 comparing with the current screens, I think is it's excellent numbers.
Of course, even 50% of the capacity of the people.
30%.
30 or 50, Mr. Faisal?
50% capacity.
50, yeah, 50.
Yes, 50% capacity.
Yeah, Mr. Hisham,
yes, sir.
Tell us the impact digital platform on distribution and production. What the people are, some places they are crying, about the channel.
Definitely, it's been affected, hardly affected for the whole industry. And I think, as you mentioned earlier, that the future will not be like the past anymore. A lot of people, they grown trust between the platform and the audience, especially the young people, because for them, it's especially for the smokers, for example, and for those guys who really need to, they are, let's say, not attached to the cinema experience as us, for example, movie and dinner. It's common sense in the whole world. This new generation, I think it's going to change a little bit, especially with the COVID-19 issue. This will delay the results to increase in the future, in the near future. But I think this need at least 2 to 3 years to return back the numbers that we knew. This is only my side from the story, and this is my point of view. But I hope I am wrong in this issue. But all the out information that we're getting from what we experience right now is showing us that if we're going to start at least in the beginning, minimum 30% occupancy, after a week or two, maybe 50% occupancy, 75% occupancy, till we reach the 100% occupancy. We are already in the normal days with that. Our occupancy is not more than 40% when it's come to the whole week. Okay, 40 to 45%. So once you take 50% of this 45, it's really big harm. The thing is that the platforms, without a mercy, they affect the theater experience, especially when you can watch it once, twice. You can pause the movie. You can watch it the time that you desire, with anyone you like, or anywhere you want. This is a new experience that maybe for me, for example, I'm not a big fan of the platforms until the shutdown. After that, I've been forced to watch every movie, every single movie in the platforms. And tell you the truth, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, because this is the only entertaining channels we have in that time. But it's just time to return back for the experience that we used to have in the past, but needs some time. I say a couple of years. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
Yeah, but Mr. Kabir, he has different idea about this, and he faced many jumping stage of from since 77. I was talking to you before we start the live. You know, can you explain?
Yeah, in 1980, when the cinemas are going very good, that time, you know, very less screening, very less screens all over Gulf. We used to supply everywhere, even Kuwait National Cinema Company that time.
Yeah.
That time, this VCR came, VCR. That is a big box. So people left cinemas. They go and take a movie, you know, for 50 dirhams, and they share it 10, 15 people. That time, cinema ticket was 6 dirhams here in UAE.
Yeah.
We used to sell 6 dirhams that time. There is no tax, nothing. So 1 year, 2 years, we suffered a lot. Nearly 2 years. Then again, people little come back to the cinema. Again, cinema came normal with the audience. Same thing, 1990, piracy. Any movie anybody can bring and sell it, and they can bring it in video or whatever it is. Before cinemas, the movie release and piracy through videos and, you know, these things. That time also we suffered a lot. 1 year, 2 years, something like that. Then again, the sound system, Dolby sound system came. People like to watch in cinemas, big screens and surroundings. You know, hard times gone, 1 or 2 years, same like Mr. Hisham said. It will take 1 or 2, 3 years maybe to come to normalize again.
Yeah.
But slowly, it will not come same like, you know, 50% or 70% immediately. People want to watch. Now there is nothing. That's why people go to watch in platforms. Now all the movie.
Yeah.
If there is in cinema, nobody will watch. Maybe 25%, something like that. So people like to watch in cinemas because of the cinema atmosphere is something different.
Yeah.
It is 75% of the people, even families, they want to watch in cinemas than sitting at home. 24 hours you sit at home. You want something outside to go out, have some food or some movies.
Yeah, when you watch, when you watch a movie in the cinema, it's like a picnic for you.
Yes.
You prepare for the dinner.
Something,
you prepare for it's like a picnic, you know, like this. Deborah, I want to hear from. Okay. Yes.
No, it is, you know, people, these 2-3 faces I have seen in my life here in UAE and other places, in Oman and all. But same thing, it is here also, this time also, but this time 100% affected. That time not affected 100%. Cinemas are open, but people's attendance was very less.
Yeah.
80s,
maybe 30%.
Yeah. Now 100% locked.
100%.
Once we open, we'll have new movies. We will come to know how many percentage are coming slowly. And then gradually it will come up, as Mr. Hasham said. Gradually it will take 6 months, 1 year. There are movies online. Every week you can see so many movies now, once we start.
Yeah. Deborah, I want to hear from you about this.
I think I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic than Hisham. I think that we will, yes, it will take some time, but we're already seeing positive signs. So I'm more inclined to go with Mr. Kabir. Probably 6-9 months, And I think the more we see the releases coming out, some sort of normality is returning. So I like to be more optimistic, because I think people have a choice. They can already see some of these movies on, you know, on their TV screen without paying anything. It's free, okay? But they're willing to go out of their home, go to the cinema, pay to watch a movie that's been out for maybe 1-2 years, and to have that special experience, get their popcorn, get their nachos, enjoy that experience. So I like to be a little bit more optimistic. I think once we start having more new content coming, things will, improve. Numbers will go up. So.
Mr. Ali, what's your opinion?
Yes, I agree with you. I mentioned that from beginning, you know, that once we open, all cinemas open in UAE and also outside UAE, the flow of movies will come, and the also attraction to people will be automatically come to the picture. Yes.
Mr. Faisal.
Well, I think it will take time. Especially, it's not about the gradual, like the people who are gradually going back to the cinemas. Now we have to admit that the digital platform are stronger. It does have much more content now. So many people get used to watch the platform. So I think it will take time and this situation depends on the territory or the place. In a place like, or in a region like GCC, or especially maybe Saudi Arabia, since this is booming, I don't think it will affect that much. The people will go back faster than expected. As we see now, like a few weeks ago, we don't see much people in the cinemas, but within 2 or 3 weeks, we see almost double that number. And this one, not just in the cinemas, even in the roads, in the restaurants. So even restaurants are for like in Riyadh here for like 4 or 5 days. Most of the restaurants are fully booked. So everyone is going out. It's like the Eid now. So everyone is going back. Things are going to normal. But in other regions, it might be ahead. But maybe not. We are safe, as I think in Saudi or GCC. But maybe in other region, maybe it might take longer.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do you think that also the economic situation also gonna judge about the future and about the?
Of course.
Because for my opinion, I will go with Mr. Hisham. You know why? Because also we are a filmmaker. Once the digital platforms, it comes very strong in the period of COVID-19. Some producers and also distributors or producers, now they are selling their movie without they are not afraid to be the movie flop or not bringing money. Just they sell the movie, and he's sitting at his home. The producer, he's sitting at his home and he's selling his movies, and he get the cover of his budget. Maybe more also. That's why it will get afraid for the cinemas, halls, in the future, because there is some small movies, they're gonna go all for the platform, and they get the money. The producer, he will get, and he will earn the money, because also.
This is for the first time ever I heard since I joined this industry that an Arabic movie release a movie straight to the platforms before the theaters. This never happened. Now there's more than 6 titles. It's been already released in Shahid, for example.
No, this is also Bollywood, Mr. Kabir. Bollywood, they released 16
There are some small
movies.
movies, not big movies.
No,
small
even
titles.
even the middle budget also, not a big budget.
Middle budget means, even they are losing. They are telling without keeping, with in the boxes. At least we will get some money to cover the expenses, because more than 6 months, 7 months keeping a movie inside the box, there is no use. They said whatever we get, we sell it. They are losing. I know they are losing, but even regional languages in India or Hindi movies, they're releasing not big titles, small titles and medium.
That's why
titles.
I wanna hear from you and from Deborah. You have more also experience about these movies. Like Akshay Kumar new movies, Lakshmi Bump.
Still, that movie, yeah.
It's gonna release on platform, and the big star. You think that they sell the movie less than the budget? No, they get.
No, you won't get money at that much of money what you are releasing in cinemas, and after that in platforms. You are getting money.
Less profit,
more.
Less profit, yes.
Yeah, sometimes they are selling without profit also. They want to cover the money.
Yes.
The cost.
They want to pay some debts. There's a lot of.
That's because mostly producers they take loans or from people here and there and produce the movies. So because of investment and all, they won't keep the movie long time, 6 months, 7 months, keep it in the box. So whatever they get, they sell and they finish their debts. These are the things happening. Even saying that Akshay Kumar movie, that big movie, big title. But what happened? The problem is the whole India, it is locked down. There is nothing. There is no cinemas. Malls are just now they are opening the malls. Now maybe, as I said, October they are planning to open the cinemas. October, middle or end of October. So by that time, what they will do? They have to sell the movies to release in the platforms. But suffering, who is suffering? The exhibitors are suffering. Once the movie will come, once we open the cinemas completely, the people think they're in mind. They will think, it will come in digital platform. We can wait for a few days, 1 week or 20 days. Now they are telling after 42 days, they will release in digital platform. Releasing in cinemas after 42 days.
But for long run, how the platform, they cannot afford paying all these movies, This is a huge budget.
Now only they will get this much of money. Now only they will get. Once the cinema open, they won't pay like this.
You will get more subscribers now and then finish after 3-4 months. They cannot afford. I don't think.
No, they won't. Yeah, even the satellite and digital, anywhere TVs, they won't pay this much of amount. Now they are getting more advertisements, more subscribers, as you said, so they can pay the money. But after that, when cinema open, definitely 100%. I am telling people, because I have seen so many times, so many occasions, people love to watch cinemas. Again, in cinemas with the sound systems, digital, Dolby, everything. So sure, we are hoping that.
Yeah, Deborah, she want to talk about this.
I want to say, listen, if you can see why a lot of the big studios are delaying movies, they're delaying titles all the way through to 2021, 2022, and that's because they cannot afford to not release theatrically. Their investments are so high, they can't just rely on going straight to
platform.
They need to have theatrical, and that's why you're seeing so many of these big titles being pushed back. Otherwise they would release them directly. For them, the theatrical is still a very, very important part of releasing their movies. And again, it's a matter of time. North America is just opening up again. We've seen massive numbers in the US, and that's also had a big impact on releasing globally. North America is driving, India is driving, and unfortunately there are two countries that have got very high numbers, so it's impacted and it's delayed. But we're seeing, I think 2021 is going to be you know, quite a wow year with a lot of big titles.
Yes.
So it's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to the future.
Yeah. Mr. Hisham.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hisham, you are listening?
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Yes. Yeah. We have the last question. We will ask about the future of the cinema industry. What do you think about the future, or we are planning for the future of cinema?
My answer to that is actually it is an ongoing thinking and planning 24/7. This is what we do actually as theater management, because every day we have new locations, new premises. We have to think about where we're going from there. Always, I said that is before all this in Kuwait, they said that the lands or the real estate never dies, always get sick but never die. And I say even in the cinemas, get sick but never die. Until COVID-19 came and put us in bed for a while.
This is temporary. COVID-19
Hopefully,
is
of course.
temporary. Cinema will be
course.
there always.
Of course, it's in ICU for a while. Yeah. I think it's an experience human beings need it. Dinner and movie, okay? This is an experience.
Yeah.
Worldwide. Whatever you do at home, you can't skip that experience, because it's something in your nature. You need to get out. You need to meet people, even strangers in the malls, in the streets, and after that, you need to entertain yourself. You need to change your lifestyle for the whole week if you are a hard worker, or even if you are at the school or whatever it is. So the future is not going to die. I think, from my point of view, the cinema will never die. Still will be there, even if with this COVID-19 crisis, maybe will get us a little bit delay or slow to reach the figures that we're planning or we dream of. And every year we put a plan for our boards and our executive to say we're going to reach this level of profit and this level of admissions. This year is exceptional, of course. As I mentioned, and I'm going to quote Debbie in here, I will be very optimistic if we're going to recover very soon. So we'll recover very soon. So, but to end this industry, this entertaining channel, I doubt it. And this is also not an expectation; it's a hope, actually, because of our love to the cinema. And because of that, we are still planning to open new locations here in Kuwait, for example, and we are working at that. So once you see that we stop opening new locations, then you know that I changed my mind.
Good luck. Mr. Ali, the future of cinema industry.
I think the future will be more strong for the cinema. And this hit of Corona, maybe it will strengthen the cinemas. And I can say if you increase the ticket by 10 dirham, nobody will say anything. All will be happy. So you can increase the ticket price.
You mean you are planning to take 5 dirhams from 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Faisal, the future of cinema industry.
I'm with both, يعني Hisham and Ali. It's and I think it's when the exhibitor, mashallah, even mashallah Hisham now they are opening new cinemas. They, the cinemas
for your own sake. This is for your own sake.
Thank you. It's as you said, Hisham, it's about experience. So you cannot compare it with any other experience, the sound itself. And I'm happy to see this Dolby experience, Dolby Vision, after Dolby Atmos, and before that the surrounded sound system. It's an experience, so we cannot have it at home unless we make it, like, you know, or we will still need to go out to to have some social life, and it gets sick, as you said, Hisham, again, but I don't think it will die. Especially Saudi, it's getting يعني, bigger and bigger every day, and it's almost, for us it's 2 years old, so don't ask us. ما شاء الله انتوا قبلنا.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have big hopes in Saudi Arabia.
Inshallah, why not?
Inshallah.
Would love to.
Deborah, the future of cinema industry.
The same as everybody else. It won't die. Everybody has a special place in their heart for cinema. There's something nostalgic about going to the movies. I always say, certainly in this part of the world, it's part of your DNA. Going to the movies is something that you grow up with, and it's just a special place. It's somewhere you can go, switch off from everything going on 2 or 3 hours and enjoy a movie. So I don't think it will ever die. It may take different forms.
Yeah.
You know, similar
Never.
to retail invent itself. We have to continue to push boundaries, innovate through technology, different experiences, but it won't die. It will always be there.
Yes, it's just, you know, sometimes when you watch a movie, like a comedy movie at home, even if you have 65 inches, but you will not feel, there is no comedy because there is no reaction.
Yes.
The people who are sitting near you, there's no reaction. Even when you see the action movies, you will not get any reaction. Just you are watching like this.
Amir, we get used to the hit from the back, you know, from the knees.
Yeah.
With others' knees. We're used to that.
Yeah,
The smell of the popcorn.
Yeah. Mr. Kabir.
Yeah, any COVID or anything will come. It will not beat cinema. Cinema will stay there, never die. It will go on up and down. Any business, it is there up and down.
Yes. Yes.
But cinema, in my experience, so many things came. Even storm come or whatever it is come, cinema will be there. People love to watch in white screens with the Dolby systems. And this, as Mr. Hisham said, the smell of the popcorn. When you enter a cinema, when you smell popcorn smell, that is cinema.
I think Kuwait popcorn is different.
Yeah. So cinema is that never will die. Hope we will continue with that.
Yes, cinema is very strong. Even
Strong
the
industry,
strong, very strong. Even the digital platform, they can't survive without cinema.
No.
Even they can't survive without cinema, because cinema is different. Even the cinema people, if they want to beat the digital platform, they can come up with the new technology in the future. I think that they're going to come up with the new technology. They make the people to run to the cinema to watch a movie only in the cinema. This is my experience. Anyway, thanks for all. Really, I am very happy that we have people like Hisham, like Kabir, Deborah is big experience, Faisal, Ali Al-Marzougi, with this challenging facing cinema industry. We talk this channel, and I think in the future also we're gonna do more program about the cinema. We are not fighting with anybody, and we are with our countries, and we will wait until finish the COVID-19. We are fighting with the COVID-19, and we're gonna
be pray to finish the COVID-19 as soon as possible.
As soon as possible, inshallah. And Deborah, thank you for your time. Mr. Ali Al-Marzougi, thank you. Mr. Hisham Al-Ghanem, first time I'm talking with him and I'm facing him. He's a big experience in the film industry, or the GCC at least. And Mr. Kabir, he's my friend, and I'm watching movies since 75 with Kabir, also in the cinemas, always in the cinemas. Mr. Faisal, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I hope we will soon we will get together and we will discuss many
Inshallah.
other things about the cinema. Only cinema. We love cinema
Yes.
until the end.
Thank
very
you.
That's our
much.
life.
Thank you for
That's
making
our
this.
life.
Thank you so much.